Hello, welcome to the fall semester. My name is Brenda Adams, and I will be the instructor for your course. I just wanted to introduce myself and let you guys know there is a real person behind your class. Um, so, I'm going to tell you how to get started. Hopefully, you guys know how to get into your Canvas page. Once you get into Canvas, then you will go to the tile for our class, click on that, and there will be a Start Here module, and then right underneath that, there is a technology used at NEO module. So there's two modules that you need to do there. You'll just kind of go through those, read them. There's an introduction for me on there. And then after you do those two things, you will go to the very first week. If it's our first module, you will be able to go in there. There should be an agenda. That's what's going on this week, which is not a whole lot. We're just going to slowly get into this. But each week, there's going to be one of those weekly modules there, and it's going to tell you every single thing you need to do during the week. Everything comes out on Monday. Sometimes it comes out a little bit earlier than that, but everything is due by Sunday at 11:59. So make sure that you always get everything in by that time. In terms of discussions, once discussions close, I can't reopen those. You've lost those points. So make sure that you always get those discussions in. I encourage you to load your first initial discussion by Wednesday. Then everybody can go in and see everybody else's, and then repost to another student by Sunday at 11:59. Like I said, once that closes, there's not an opportunity to do it again. It's done. There's also a rubric for the discussions. For this class, I'm a little bit strict on discussions, and I get it. Yeah, I haven't been out of college that long. I went back to college as an adult. And discussions were not my favorite sometimes. They felt like busy work, and that's what I've heard also from a lot of my students, but they're required. So this is the way that they say, okay, you're online, but you're having that group discussion. You guys don't get to be in person, so you can talk to each other through discussions. You do need to make sure that you follow the rubric, or you're not going to get those full points. I have so many people that do the initial discussion. If you only do the initial discussion, you only get half credit. You have to go back in and repost. So that's just an easy way to get your points. Make sure you follow that rubric, and I'm pretty strict on that, just because they're not that big a deal, but it gives you a chance to see other people's point of view, which is kind of that's what we're supposed to be doing, because you don't have that face to face. The other thing is, once you get in there and almost every single week there's a discussion board that's due. Almost every single week there will be some type of assignment. Don't use the to-do list on the right-hand side of Canvas. A lot of people just click on that. Oh, I have that to do. I have that to do. If you do this course in that manner, number one, you're going to miss out on a lot of information that you need to complete some of those assignments. Number two, when I give extra credit or chances to do extra credit, they're not going to show up on the to-do list. So you need to always make sure that you go into that week's module, go through, I tell you exactly what is due that week, and just it's easier to keep up to date by doing that, and don't follow the to-do list, because sometimes it's going to say something's due and it may not be due at that time. So it's a tool. Just this is the way our course is set up. This is the way a lot of instructors set up their course, that you miss out on things in the module if you only use the to-do list. That's just the way it is. So once you get in there, you can see each week what is due. Every single week is going to change. There are, on your home page, there's going to be a prompt for you to look at our syllabus. You can go in there, click on it, download it. Everything is in our syllabus. I do it. It's kind of like my Bible. I have every single syllabi that I have for each class is on my desk. I make sure that I stay to that really strictly, because as a student, I didn't like when instructors would just like throw things out there. So if I don't deviate from that a lot, and if I do, I give you plenty of time to know that I'm going to deviate a little bit. yeah, so if you're that type of person that needs to know what's coming up, follow the syllabus. So there are like 2 or 3 different places that you can tap on that prompt for the syllabus and you can find that. Also, like I said, make sure you do those first 2 modules, get the first quiz done over those 2 modules, which are the start here and the technology used, to make sure you familiarize yourself with that. And then if there's anything else due for that week, just make sure that you get that done by Sunday at 11:59. I have my email on the syllabus. I have my email. You can click on the side of Canvas and you can email me. There are many different places that you can find my email, so there's not an excuse to say, I didn't know how to contact you. I usually always respond. Usually last time in a class, I will respond almost immediately. If not, if you've emailed me and it has been like 24 hours, say maybe it's got lost in the mix of all the other emails, email me again and say, hey, did you get this? Yeah, so I always try to stay in contact with my students, even though I have a lot. Yeah, I will always email you back. So if for some reason you haven't received an email, it's gotten lost. So just email me again, and I have no problem with that. I encourage students to ask questions. I learned on Sesame Street that asking questions is a good way of finding things out, and you're not going to know these things unless you ask. Or if you don't want to ask me, you can put in a discussion board and say, hey, do you guys know when we're supposed to do this? How we're supposed to do this? It's much better to ask before you do it than do something and then discover that you didn't do it in the correct way. So I think I covered everything. I don't, for online classes, I am not the kind of instructor that goes in and does my PowerPoint every single week, because I did it for the first couple of years and honestly nobody watched them. I know when I was a student, sometimes when I took online classes, I didn't always want to watch the instructor presenting the PowerPoint to me. So I kind of feel if you are in this class as an online student, you maybe don't have time for that. But if you need extra help, you need to find out where there are other sources, just email me and I can always try to find those for you. You're able to find the book for your course in RedShelf. And everything else you should be able to find is right in Canvas. But if you have any questions, just email me and I will make sure that I will try to answer them as best as I can. And if I don't know what the answer is, I'll find it out for you. So yes, just want to introduce myself. So good luck this semester.